Hello again, Fortune community. I am Sarah Williams, Master Teacher and Habits of Discussion enthusiast. During the first trimester, our Habits of Discussion pilot teachers worked hard to establish routines and procedures to make good discussion practices a habit. This led scholars to successfully run their own discussions in a fishbowl activity or Socratic seminar. The fishbowl activity encourages participants to listen actively, consider different perspectives on a topic or question, and respond to questions by using evidence from a text or multiple texts. This activity also allows a teacher to observe and assess speaking and listening skills, or habits of discussion. In a fishbowl activity, a small group of scholars will discuss an open-ended question. They will form an inner circle. Scholars on the outside circle will actively listen. To do this, they will need to use silent hand signals to show whether they agree or disagree with an argument being made in the inner circle, add to the notes they have taken on the topic to respond to the open-ended prompt, and record what went well during the discussion or what could be improved. The teacher will need to rearrange the classroom to make a fishbowl in the center, and a circle of scholars around the fishbowl ready to actively listen.
And then other ones are taking notes.
While the people in the middle are talking?
Yes.
Are we agreeing with him? Would someone like to build on that? What are we doing here? Yes, Haroon.
I would like to build on what Miguel said because it's also you also get to share your opinions with each other.
But first, the scholars must prepare for the activity. A Socratic seminar works best when scholars read multiple texts on the same topic. This allows them to cite evidence to support their arguments. Next, scholars need to unpack the prompt, deciding what the question is asking and how they will attack the prompt. Last, scholars will look back in the text to locate details that will help them support their arguments. They can complete a graphic organizer or annotate the text to prepare for the discussion.
The whole purpose of the fishbowl activity is to be able to have really good conversation. And in order to make sure that our conversation is productive and everyone has something productive and interesting to say, we're going to take some notes before we get started.
This is an example of a graphic organizer scholars in a 4th grade classroom use to prepare for a discussion. The prompt asks them to describe the impact humans have on the environment and the ways in which people preserve it. First, the teacher leads a discussion to get scholars on the right track for completing the graphic organizer. She gives them think time before they share out.
Nailani, are you thinking? Can you show me that you're thinking, please, Starline? Say, are you thinking? All right, show me with the thumb when you have something you want to tell me. Oh, all the thumbs. Deonve, can you give me a general way that humans are impacting the environment?
Then, scholars can work independently to complete the graphic organizer using details from multiple texts, or scholars can work in pairs or groups to prepare for the discussion. During this time, the teacher should circulate, clearing up misconceptions and prompting scholars to use the texts to support their answers.
No, 80% of the shoes are already
You can put 2 things in one box. You don't have to erase it, you can just add something. What?
So it will be 50. Okay.
After preparing for the fishbowl activity and rearranging the room in an inner and outer circle, the first group can start discussing the prompt following these expectations. Agree and provide agreeing evidence. Disagree and provide refuting evidence. Use silent hand signals and sentence starters. Stay on topic. And be respectful. Do not interrupt. You will notice the scholars using the habits of discussion already established and practiced on a daily basis during the activity. The teacher's first role during a fishbowl activity is to facilitate the discussion. The teacher will position him or herself outside of the fishbowl. He or she will provide more questioning if discussion stalls, and intervene only when a social norm has been broken. The teacher will not provide any insights about the prompt, but will guide the scholars in leading the discussion themselves. The teacher's second role is to assess scholars' speaking and listening skills.
I especially disagree with Adrian because in the story Save Timberwoods, you can There are townhouses that no one lives in, so you can rebuild the townhouses instead of cutting down the trees.
I respectfully disagree with Miller because nobody lives in trees.
In addition to using silent signals and adding to notes, scholars in the inside circle take notes on the discussion, noting what went well and what could improve. After the first round of discussion, the teacher facilitates a whip around, where the scholars discuss what went well and what could improve. This feedback will help the scholars improve during the next round of discussion. Then it will be time to switch.
They did good because they were agreeing and disagreeing and with a good example.
Okay, so you said they were agreeing and disagreeing with each other, and they used good examples, okay? Yes, Ron?
That they did not went off topic.
They did go off topic? That's true. Wait, you don't agree, Paola?
They kind of.
When did they go off topic, kinda? Let's go. Come on, quick, pop.
So you can improve that from watching where you're cutting in the forest.
I'd like to build on what Miguel said because in the video we saw, there was a picture that when the people were cutting down the trees, they hurt animals and chased them away from their homes.
And Arizona just went through their worst drought in 110 years.
I agree with Allison because in the text it said that if they build a lot of stuff since they're having a drought, all those things, all the projects that they're gonna probably do, it said that it was gonna shortage the water.
Teachers in Habits of Discussion pilot classrooms will have even more opportunities to run the fishbowl activity or Socratic seminar in their classrooms during trimester 2. Based on the data from the first 2 discussions, we will work to improve scholars' discussion abilities and view even more intellectual discussions led by the scholars. Until next time, take care.